So, okay guys, we are not going to play any games for the last hours now, but instead we are going to watch some videos, YouTube videos from this channel. I have, well, found, not really randomly, I have seen a streamer watching this and I want to see it myself, so I haven't been spoiled that much, but I'm kind of curious about that, so let's do this. Sorry, so that should be good.
Primary systems online. Meeting sequence complete. Emergency shutdown protocols disengaged. System was offline for time code 0106. Contact technician for assistance. Welcome to Single Dime USA Enhanced Access Operations. Please enter your clearance credentials. Error. These credentials are not recognized. Clearance credential requirement overridden. Administrator privileges granted. Welcome back, unknown user ID. What would you like to do? Accessing archival storage form, GBA. Data extraction initiated. Data extraction, 10% complete. Data extraction, 4% complete.
Oh my.
Data extraction, 80% complete. Data extraction, complete. All data extracted to error, no.
No description as well. Okay, tape 2, I guess. Well, that was an interesting intro, I guess.
When men pursue evil, it is evil that they will find. Mark my words, there is no good that can come from the pursuit of darkness. Let me read to you, dear believer, the words of the late brilliant Charles Spurgeon, who discussed this at length in a sermon all the way back in 1864. He said, quote, "Our adversary, the devil, goes about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. We are taught by our Lord Jesus to pray, do not lead us into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. What we are taught to seek or shun in prayer, we should equally pursue or avoid in action. Very warily, therefore, should we endeavor to avoid temptation, seeking to walk in the path of obedience, so that we may never be guilty of tempting the devil to tempt us. We are not to enter the thicket in search of the lion. We may pay dear."
Never understand people why they would go to the forest at this late at night. It's so fucking scary. don't understand anything what they're saying.
When we will come face to face with the devil himself, whether we intended to or not, dear believer. We are drawn to him by our own hearts. In Matthew chapter 15, verse 19, it says, "For out of the heart come evil thoughts, murder, adultery, sexual immorality, theft, false witness, slander." There is a shadow nested deep, deep within our hearts, within our minds, in a place most people don't even know exists within themselves. The devil is gonna call to those depths, dear believer. And though you may tremble before the beast, you should make it easier on yourself and accept what it is that he bestows upon you.
Oh my goodness. Okay, that's a weird one. Okay, that was taped to back online GREYLOCK, I guess. To the mountain GREYLOCK. Orientation protocols GREYLOCK. Huh.
Greetings, and welcome to the Preconditional Protocols and Orientation video system provided by Unit 13 as part of the United States Army and Project Stargate, created in partnership with Semiodyne USA. On behalf of all of us here at Unit 13, congratulations on your selection as one of our testing candidates. You likely have a lot of questions, and this video is designed to answer them all. First, let's go over some background information to provide you with the crucial context you'll need for a full understanding of what it is we're doing at Unit 13. We are sure you've heard plenty of rumors surrounding what it is that we do, but we are willing to bet that most everything you've heard is wrong. Being a highly confidential part of Project Stargate, which you've already been briefed on, Unit 13 studies a revolutionary and promising area of parapsychology, thought forms. If you're unfamiliar with what thought forms are, that's okay. You're in the majority. So, what are thought forms? Through the ages, occultists and spiritualists, Tibetan monks to theosophists, have exercised the creation of what is sometimes referred to as a tulpa, otherwise known as a thought form. A thought form is the manifestation of a person's will, emotion, or other deeply psychologically energized state into a semi-physical form, existing as not only an extension of the person, but as its own independent and sentient entity. Thought forms are also able to be witnessed and experienced by third parties, and are not limited solely to the person who developed them. Thought forms
Tulpas are like imaginary friends, kinda. I mean, it kinda explains it right now.
According to key literature,
No, I
thought
haven't.
forms can be intentionally formed by a single person or multiple people, though they can be unintentionally formed as well. But they are always manifested through the deep will and focus of a person in a considerably heightened state of connectivity with their own consciousness. Traditional thought forms can vary widely in their level of influence in the real world. While they usually take physical formations eventually, their earliest stages are more apparitional in nature, with brief manifestations, though most often remaining as an unseen essence, much like a phantom or a ghost. At this phase, thought forms and ghosts are very similar in a number of ways. Individuals can make contact with them through communication devices, such as a Ouija board or through EVP sessions, while the thought form may respond through moving objects, manipulating electronics, or even speaking words and short phrases. Due to their striking similarity,
No, you never heard the song Mr. Capgras encounters a secondhand vanity tulpa menses blah, 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 blah. No, never.
a current theory established by Unit 13 suggests that what we know as ghosts may not be as common as we once believed. Rather than a deceased person's energy being left behind after death, it's possible, and indeed likely, that these paranormal entities are actually thought forms that are unintentionally created by those individuals that the deceased has left behind, who spend inordinate amounts of time in deeply emotional states, where their mental capacity is largely occupied by a powerful focus on the departed individual. In other words, as these are the ideal conditions from which thought forms are born, people may very well create their own ghosts and hauntings. However, as more time and energy is invested into the development of the thought form,
Pretty
they
okay
begin to
song.
harness
Okay, I
more
see.
influence on their environment, until eventually exhibiting a semi-permanent physical appearance, and, in due course, becoming as tangible as a living creature. This is where Unit 13's interest comes in. We've sought to answer a very important question. Can thought forms be created in a manner that would benefit American society and help keep American citizens safe? Unfortunately, the practice of intentionally creating a thought form by traditional methods would undoubtedly take years and years of devout mental
If
training.
we run out of videos here, can we watch the
Project Stargate
boiled
has
one
enlisted a
phenomenon?
world-renowned authority in thought forms,
It
a
will
man
take
named
like
Dr.
around
Bernard Hayes, to
1
oversee a
hour
number
to
of the
get through all of
operations
them,
related to Unit
so
13's
we'll
work.
see if I have the
His
time for that.
participation has been invaluable and has brought fruitful results to the project. Due to Unit 13 and Semiodyne USA's combined efforts, bringing together some of the most prestigious minds in the world, specializing in the sciences of the human
Also,
consciousness.
yeah,
with
and
cutting-edge
if we have time
technology
for
and
that, then
engineering
remind me
methods,
that
we've created
again.
a groundbreaking, proprietary invention. Introducing the Thought Form Manifester. The Thought Form Manifester is able to create truly independent and self-sustaining
Okay, it's
thought
not
form
just
entities
so
from
much
the minds of
information
select
dump.
willing participants. Being that they come from the deepest recesses of the human mind,
Yeah,
thought
it's
forms
just
can appear
information
in
dump for on
virtually
this
any
tape.
configuration. They could look like a
Don't know if
person,
it's needed
an
even.
object, an animal, or even something as abstract as the physical representation of an emotion. That being said, it's recommended to brace yourself before touring the thought form chambers, as thought forms can also take on appearances that could be considered disturbing,
Don't
like
you-
a creature one might see in a childhood nightmare.
Don't you love poorly
There's no
transmitted
reason to be
information?
afraid, however. All thought
Maybe.
forms are docile by nature, and while they may look or behave in a frightening manner, and though they are capable of making physical contact, they pose no threat to humans. Once your session in the Thought Form Manifester is completed, your thought form will be securely transported directly into a containment chamber. Thought forms are unable to pass through the barrier of normal encounters and will not be capable of causing you any issues. There are some very rare potential side effects that may result from your session. These side effects include increased tiredness, loss of balance, dizziness, insomnia, vomiting, episodes of temporary amnesia, and mild hallucinations. These side effects, if present, will clear up within 72 hours of your session and are simply signs of your brain recalibrating to the real world. It is recommended you refrain from driving or operating heavy machinery for 72 hours after your session, even if you experience no side effects. None of these side effects should cause you any harm or overt stress, and former testing candidates who have experienced these side effects reported that they were very mild and merely a transient inconvenience. With all that out of the way, we are looking forward to your participation with Unit 13, and your time in the Thought Form Manifester has been scheduled. However, there are several required mind exercises as a part of this video system that must be completed prior to your scheduled date in order to prime your consciousness and ensure the highest quality results. Please enter the video cassette labeled TF2, Waking Your
TF2?
Subconscious. Now, this is the end of this tape.
That Team Fortress 2? No. Tape 4. Unexpected visitors. This could be quite scary. There's a red spy in the base. Okay, this could be really scary. I mean, look at that. This looks like a face, doesn't it? Or a person. Or an entity. You look like a face personality. Are you okay? I mean, I do like that. I do look like that, I guess, but are you okay? I pretty don't think I want to. Yep. Asking again, are you okay? Yes, sir. Doesn't sound like it. Are you worried for my mental health because of all the scariness from the videos? No, not really. See the intruder trying to break into this one's family home, if I have to guess. Because there's not much information right now. Okay.
I'd like to thank my producer, my writers, my director, my friends, And you, the ordinary people who made me what I am
That's
today.
a 180. What the heck?
After moonlighting tomorrow.
They did love me.
Jump scare? No.
We interrupt our current program at the request of the Massachusetts State Police. This is the emergency broadcast system. This is not a test. All normal broadcasting has been discontinued during the emergency. This station will broadcast official information, news, and instruction for Northern Berkshire County, Massachusetts, after the following tone.
At 3:34 a.m., Massachusetts State Police confirmed the presence of a potential group of active and unidentified home invaders who have targeted 49 residences since approximately 11:15 p.m. last night. The attacks appear to be random, spanning across the towns of North Adams, Cheshire, Savoy, and Windsor. Residents are urged to take the following actions immediately. Wake all occupants of your home. Lock all doors and windows. Close all curtains and blinds. Gather in a secure area of your home where multiple exits are available to prevent yourself from being cornered. Additionally, residents are urged to arm themselves with a blunt object or firearm if available and licensed. Only resort to self-protection if a suspect has entered your home, poses an active threat to you or your family, and you are unable to escape safely. If you are currently away from home, we are urging you not to return home at this time. Shelter in place where you are. If you are currently not in a secure area or in a vehicle, immediately head to your closest 7-Mart. Each 7-Mart location is currently being used as a safe area and has police stationed for your protection. Remain in your secure area until the threat has been resolved. Police are currently unable to determine a physical description of any of the assailants involved in these attacks. It is strongly advised you do not open your home to anyone you do not intimately recognize. Do not attempt to search for or engage with any suspects. The suspects are considered armed and extremely dangerous. Do not leave your secure area
I was hoping for maybe some entities or something like that. Not like a real, well, not really real, but some kind of normal human beings. Unless something's going to happen now. I guess these are the entities. Man, that was a cheap jump scare. Tape 4, tape 5. Not here, not now, not anymore. It was the sacred, whatever you said, my friend.
Well, hello again, Tiffany.
Oh, hi Wanda. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. No dad this time?
No, unfortunately, he couldn't get off work today. So I'm gonna have to call him on a payphone to let him know all the details as soon as we're done.
He's excited to be a dad, huh?
Oh, yes, he certainly is. We both can't wait to be parents.
Aw, and you said you've been together since high school, right?
Yep.
That's so sweet. And have you decided on a name for your baby boy yet?
Yep, we're going with Max.
Ooh, Max, huh? That's a nice, strong name.
That's why my fiance wanted it so bad. He says it'll help make him strong right off the bat.
That's a pretty good way of thinking about it. So let's see how strong little Max is so you can hurry up and make that call.
Yes, please. He's been moving around like crazy the past couple weeks. So I think he's really strong. Strong enough to kick so hard I almost throw up sometimes, too.
Aw, what a wild boy. Activity is good.
Yep.
Okay, hopefully this isn't too cold.
No, it's okay.
There he is. He's definitely a growing boy, that's for sure. And you're both looking really good.
Oh, I love hearing that.
Let's get some measurements to see exactly how much he's grown.
was that?
I don't know. I've never seen that before. Maybe something to do with the power.
Excuse me, what?
Okay.
This is a bit strange.
What? What's strange?
Nothing to worry about or anything. Just having some trouble finding the baby all of a sudden.
Maybe the machine messed up?
Possibly. But I can still see
Her
everything
demon
else.
baby, maybe.
It's just not picking up the baby for some reason.
Has this ever happened before?
Well, sometimes babies can move into certain positions that are hard to see.
But you can't see my baby at all?
I'm looking. Don't worry, he's definitely here. You know what? Why don't we just see if we can borrow another machine, okay? There has to be something wrong with this one. I'll be right back.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
No.
This can't be happening. The baby doesn't know the why? That makes no sense. I know.
Is it happening? What happening?
Right now.
Oh my goodness. Well, sure. Sleeping Dogs GREYLOCK. Such a weird channel.
Humanity has fought tirelessly past through a great many trials of intellect.
So did she die or disappear? I don't know, I couldn't read anything what the newspaper was shown.
Withered away and dying in pursuit of, leaving their towers of work behind, to be climbed by coming generations. Higher and higher they...
You know what? Let me see again. Yeah, no information. It's too hard to read.
So that we will at last reach the one called God. And there, on his apex of infinite knowledge and power, we will approach and look him in the eye as an equal.
Welcome back, user.
Hello.
Porter. Please enter your credentials. Credential requirement bypassed by system administrator. Greetings, unknown user ID. Welcome to Semiodyne USA's virtual message assistant, for user. Project director, Frank Porter. Establishing custom telephone message settings.
I wonder if they're going to going for a Mandela cutout dynamic thing.
Company.
Maybe.
Ranging from March 24th, 1987, to March 30th, 1987. Beginning playback of your messages. Message 1. March 24th, 11:14 a.m.
Hey Frank, it's Paul Murray. We ran into somewhat of an issue today. We came across these tunnels inside the mountain, pretty deep in, but well, this is gonna sound a little crazy, but he told me to call if anything strange came up, and I figured this qualifies. People have been here before. Some obviously man-made shit in there, like carvings and stone. This shit looks ancient, like real old. I took a crew in to look through it, but it seems part of the tunnels caved in some time ago. We're gonna just have to bust through it regardless. But I still wanted to make you aware of it. Anyways, I'll keep you in the loop. Thanks.
Message 2. March 25th, 7:38 a.m.
Hey Frank, it's Paul. Just calling to tell you the day might be a bit slower than usual. Unfortunately, a number of the crew are sick as dogs. Not really sure what kind of stomach bugs going around or what, but we'll do our best to pick up the slack. I'm calling in some guys who have a day off, so hopefully things will get a little closer to normal, you know? That being said, I don't know how the hell this happened, but the section of the tunnel...
Okay, that's quite unnecessary to have this screen effect.
A few lights too. Wanted to see if maybe you sent someone in while we were off shift. Night crew said you didn't, but, you know, I didn't see anybody else either, so... But a few of the guys said they'd seen something running around in the woods surrounding the site. I figured it's probably a deer or whatever, but seeing all the ruckus we're making out here, you know? But they all insisted it was something else. Something like a real tall man.
Slender
Might
man?
just be some environmentalist moron trying to cause some shit, but, you know, he ain't done nothing, so I told him to keep focused on the project. For safety's sake, we're going to avoid the tunnel until I hear back from you. All right, bye now.
Message 3. March 25th, 4:56 p.m.
Hey, Frank, it's Paul again. The guy you sent out to take photos just left, but, well, he seemed totally fine when he got here, but we practically had to carry him back to his car when he was done. I don't know if he caught whatever's going around, but figured you should know. Also, we found some really old shit down there, Frank. Now, I ain't no historian, but we got a guy on the crew who used to do archaeology work or whatever, and I don't know. But I guess there's some old artifacts down there, like weapons and trinkets and whatever. I'll have him draft up a report for you and send it your way, because I feel like he'd be interested, and he can explain all this shit better than I could anyways. His name's Arnold Rivers. That's about it. All right, bye.
Message 4. March 26th, 1:03
Trinkets?
p.m.
Yeah.
Frank, something ain't right here. Crew's getting worse, more sick. I feel okay so far, but I don't know how long that's gonna last. I saw that thing the guys have been talking about last night, stalking around in the tree line. I swear it had a face. Anyways, just call me back as soon as you can, Frank.
Message 5. March 27th, 12:10 p.m.
All our food is rotten, totally spoiled and covered in maggots. It was perfectly fine and stored. There wasn't any problems with the generator, even if we lost power. I mean, it's the end of March. All our food looks like it's been left out in the heat for weeks. No idea what's going on. Please call me back.
Message 6. March 27th, 4:02 p.m.
It's Paul. We saw it again. Something out here with us. It's in the woods. And it's watching us, goddammit. It ain't no animal either. Who are you guys gonna put up those fancy hunting cameras and see if we can catch anything? Maybe locals fucking with us? I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, anyways, I just...
Uh-oh, motion detected. Wendigo?
Message
No.
7. Date and time unavailable.
Skinwalker. Skinwalker, maybe. Florida man. A ghost?
Message 8. March 29th, 10:13 p.m.
Frank, it's Paul. Holy shit, well, a lot of the crew here is sick now, and they're sort of like unresponsive. We tried emergency contacts for them, but they just keep ringing. The phones, they just kept ringing and ringing and ringing. Nobody picked up from any number we tried. Nobody picked up. No answer machines either. Made a call to the hospital, and same thing. Just ringing. Just tried 911, still nothing. I figured the phones were fucked up, but the machine actually picked up.
He's losing his mind.
I think I caught whatever's going around. My skin, it feels tight. A lot of pressure behind my eyes. My teeth feel like they're humming, vibrating.
Yeah, that sounds really like a Wendigo kind of deal.
When we came across that tunnel, feel like I need to figure
He
out
needs a
what's
little
down
snack. Yeah,
there. I
true.
think whatever's down there could help my crew, but most of all, I feel like something really bad's gonna happen if I don't go down, so I'm going down tonight.
That looks really like a ghost or something.
Message 9. March 30th, time unavailable.
That looks more like a weird skinwalker, isn't it? Or a Wendigo? I don't know, I'm not really that familiar with any monster types.
This is the end of your messages.
Definitely Mothman. Sure, I guess. Another motion detection. Interesting. Tape 7, right? Yeah. Back to normal.
Authorities continue to investigate the recent crime wave that swept across northern Berkshire County, left many of its residents in a state of anxiety and panic. It was 2 weeks ago when the emergency broadcast system was engaged to warn residents to secure their homes due to the activity of a group of individuals who had been targeting and breaking into people's homes. Authorities have since confirmed that the attacks were, in fact, part of an organized criminal effort and have been attributed to a local anti-American militia group operating out
I
of
really
Western
hope these are not
Massachusetts.
real news.
Police have made numerous arrests in connection to militia, and officials continue to release statements to assure the public that they are safe once again.
We've seen a lot of credible information over the past couple of weeks, and the investigation's still ongoing. We're getting closer by the day.
Thankfully, due to the continued efforts of law enforcement, life has been able to return back to normal. Back to normal. Back to normal. To normal. To normal. To normal.
What the heck am I looking at?
Back to normal for residents of Berkshire County.
Copyright by the news? No, that's not the problem. Not the problem with the copyright stuff, it's the problem that it's going to maybe show something that it shouldn't be shown on stream.
Well, that broadcast went completely tits up, didn't it? I've been getting chewed out by our asshole CIA liaison for the past 2 hours. What the fuck happened?
We're looking into it, sir, but we experienced no issues with the broadcast on our end, so our engineers believe that the signal was hijacked before even reaching the transmitter, but once we started receiving phone calls from viewers, we switched to a backup transmitter.
But by then, the hijacker had already said everything they wanted to say, hadn't they?
Yes, sir.
What a complete fuck up. They made us look like a fucking joke. And during our most popular show. Speaking of which, Don, where the fuck is he? I cannot get hold of him, and he needs to get in here and read a statement to help clean up this fucking mess.
Well, we've been trying to reach him. We've called him multiple times. We've tried his pager. We've asked around to see if anyone's heard from him, but nothing. Right now we've got Gerald standing in for him tonight. If not miss a show.
You've been to his house?
Well, no, I just thought that maybe he'd be upset if I did that. So.
Get in your fucking car and go to his fucking house! I don't care if you kick down his front door and drag him here by his ear. You bring him into the studio. Do you understand?
Yes, Mr. Rosenbaum. Of course, I'll do that right now.
There's some real powerful people depending on us right now. They need us to manage the response to these events, to let the public know what's going on, and the last thing we need is it going wider than it already fucking has. So do what you need to do, or I'm going to replace you with some producers who actually know how to produce a fucking show!
Sorry, the file you are trying to access has been destroyed and can no longer be executed or retrieved.
What?
Please
oh,
choose
man.
another file. Sorry. It said I'll take your file trying to destroy or trying. Sorry. Warning, anomalous file detected. This file should not exist. Are you sure you wish to proceed? Opening
File. Arnold Rivers personal log.
Final.
My name is Arnold Eugene Rivers. The date is April 8th, 1987, about 9:15 at night. I was involved in the Morelli construction project at Mount Greylock. I was hired due to my background in anthropology and archaeology. I've worked to excavate a number of different historical sites. Paul Morelli took me on after securing a government contract for the GREYLOCK project. I'm recording this because I believe my life is in danger, and I likely don't have a lot of time left, so I need to leave some kind of record of my findings. On March 24th, our crew came across tunnels in the mountain that held a multitude of ancient markings and artifacts. On March 25th, Paul cleared the interior of the mountain and asked me, accompanied by a small crew, to look through the tunnels and record notes on what I was able to recognize. I was then to report to one of the project directors, named Frank Porter, to offer my perspective on our findings. I kept this to myself at the time, but what we discovered in that mountain was not normal. Not only did I see the impact it was having on the crew, but certain aspects of my findings did not make any sense. Many of the artifacts were pre-colonial. Some were from Native American tribes, but there were other artifacts, some Mesoamerican, and others were shockingly Clovis in nature. Finding Clovis artifacts here means that people have been coming to Mount Greylock since at least 11,000 BCE, but that's not all, no. There are artifacts I found that could potentially be from even earlier, Paleo-American cultures that we have yet to even begin studying. Then, there were artifacts and writings left by the cultures that were pre-Columbian in nature. Transoceanic contacts prior to Columbus reaching the Americas has always been largely a theory, but the artifacts in this mountain, they prove it. Ancient Chinese, Arabic, Indian, Roman, Spanish, Viking, even ancient Greek and Egyptian are findings that they alone would change world history as we know it today. I'll admit, the anthropologist in me was thrilled. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I figured it had to be a hoax, but I'm confident that it's all authentic. But my excitement was soon replaced with a looming fear and anxiety. How could such a place be so important to so many cultures for so long? There must be something immense here. Whatever it was, well, that's why I left the project. The tunnels all connected to a series of chambers deep into the interior of the mountain. That's where a majority of the relics were found. There were old baskets of
Oh my
herbs
god,
and
too much
spices,
effects.
pottery, weapons and armor, talismans, and other religious items, countless other things, but all of it was there purposely, as
Oh my. Offerings, huh? For the high demon stuff, I guess.
It was billions of years ago, when our planet was still mostly fire and rock, that a Mars-sized planet that had been drifting through our solar system collided directly with the Earth. The impact was so powerful and violent that the rogue planet was blown into countless pieces of debris, This debris collected to form our moon. Many of the pieces of the unknown planet remain inside the Earth to this day.
Adams Police Department, Dispatcher Carey speaking.
Yes, I'm calling to report a break-in at my coworker's house.
What is your name,
So it's a lunar monster. Maybe.
Okay, Liam, you said
Some
this was your
eldritch
coworker's
being
house? What is your
roaming
coworker's
around.
It's Parker Hill Road in Adams, number 491.
491 Parker Hill Road, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, can you tell me, is anybody hurt? Liam, are you still with me?
Yes, sorry.
Is anybody hurt?
Yes.
Ay, ay, ay.
Then I witnessed many
Oh my
altars
goodness.
constructed out of the mountain stone, along with evidence of mass animal and human sacrifice. And the carvings in the walls of these sacrificial chambers, I couldn't recognize a single familiar symbol, and it made me sick to even look at them. Let me be clear, I am not, nor have I ever been, a religious man. But there's something in that mountain. Something people of countless cultures over the history of our planet have been worshipping, but I don't know why. But I could feel it. Whatever's down there, I could feel it. It was like being trapped in a fever dream. I swear I could hear a voice, and even felt compelled to go further, to speak to whatever's down there. I don't know. I haven't been right since. I keep hearing this droning in my head, ceaseless, all day and night. I can't sleep, just droning, always droning. But that doesn't matter right now. I informed Mr. Porter in my report that the archaeological findings in the mountain are of monumental historical importance, and that there is certainly more to be discovered, and I recommended discontinuing construction there. But it's not as though I have any authority over this project. I fully expected to be ignored. Mr. Porter called me on the evening of March 28th, and we spoke on the phone briefly. It was as I thought. He disregarded my concerns. I informed him that I wasn't going to return to the site. He insisted I did, said I was a valuable asset to the project, even offered me a substantial raise, and wanted me to lead a specifically organized team that would clear the tunnels of artifacts before excavation would continue. I, quote unquote, could be responsible for the biggest historical finding of all time, he said. I refused again. I won't put a price on my sanity or my health, especially after seeing what was happening to the crew.
Now loading. Morale GREYLOCK event, Group C, Survivor data. Profile for patient B3590. Rockford, Thomas. Malformations. Notes. Communicative. Patient prone to spontaneous violent outbursts. Treatment of heavy sedation recommended. Only communicate while patient is restrained or via intercom. Now loading. Profile for patient B9231. Washington, Samuel. Malformations.
Oh my, oh my goodness.
Communicative. Patient suffers from constant state of severe paranoia and delusions, resulting in unpredictable violent outbursts. Standard treatment ineffective. High-dose xylazine is recommended. Only communicate while patient is restrained or via intercom. Now loading. Profile for patient B6670. Herrera, Ramon. Malformations.
Yeah, okay, please. Oh goodness.
Patient appears to be in catatonic state. Warning, patient may sit up very suddenly, without provocation, to projectile vomit at any staff in area. Patient's vomit is extremely corrosive and emits nerve gas. All treatments ineffective. Studies must be conducted with full anti-corrosive gear and air purifying respirator equipped on all staff involved. Now loading. Profile for patient. B8816. Fleming, Charles.
I'm going to look away.
Malformations.
Looks like a normal zombie to me.
Patient will attack on sight. Do not interact. Immunity to pain. Patient exhibits cannibalistic tendencies. All treatments ineffective. Immediate euthanasia recommended. Now loading. Profile for patient. B4041. Oakhurst, Scott. Malformations.
Oh
Notes.
my,
Communicative. Communicate with caution. Warning, patient actively pretends to be benevolent and friendly. Strong homicidal and cannibalistic tendencies. Killed and partially consumed 6 staff members on April 6, 87. Patient laughed hysterically during the attack. All treatments ineffective. Immediate euthanasia or permanent restraint for further study recommended. Now loading. Profile for patient.
Hey, how many patients are going to show us?
Kowalski, Edward. Malformations. Notes. Communicative. Hazardous. Warning, patient possesses inhuman power of suggestion and influence over others. Do not interact. All treatments ineffective. Immediate euthanasia recommended. Now loading. Profile for patient. B1584. Rafferty, John. Malformations. Notes. Uncommunicative. Hazardous. Patient appears to be deceased. No vital signs. Patient's body not decomposing. Warning, staff have become ill after even brief time spent in patient's room. Illness disregards protective suiting. Immediate quarantine required for all victims. Mortality rate post-exposure currently 92%. Survivors subject to rapid physical and mental malformations. All treatments ineffective. Immediate remote euthanasia recommended.
I consider myself incredibly lucky to not be in that
Interesting.
condition right now. Oddly, he quickly accepted my second refusal, wished me luck in my future endeavors, but before I could say anything else, he'd hung up. But it seemed I'd made the right choice. I heard something awful happened up in Mount Greylock, and then simultaneously, there are all of these things that have been happening around the mountain. The home invasions, the dead bodies that fell from the sky over Cheshire, the pregnancy phenomena, so many other unexplainable things. They all must be related. And I've been trying to figure out how. I've connected with a local investigator who's been trying to get to the bottom of this. I've shared with him everything I have, though I feel that I've been being watched. I feel a looming threat that I can't really explain. Would the government really send someone to kill me over this? I feel like I'm paranoid, like I've lost some of my mind. But I came home from the grocery store the other day, and my front door was unlocked, and I know I had locked it before I left. I scanned my entire house for traces of anything, but found nothing out of the ordinary. I even checked and replaced all of the light bulbs. Oh, God. Saying it out loud like this, it makes me realize how crazy I sound. I've always been a rational man. There's a logical explanation behind everything. Well, I'm glad that I put all of this into a recording. Perhaps that was what I needed to snap me out of this. Honestly, I feel much better just talking about it. This can't be. Oh my God, that's my basement door. No. Camcorder. Oh, where's the damn camcorder? There it is. Thank God.
Basement, huh? Classic.
They're here. I'm inside my bedroom closet. I'm going to keep the tape recorder running, and I'm hiding in here with my files. If something happens to me, and you find any tapes or files somehow, please bring it to the investigator, Jim Malcolm of North Adams. That goes for this video footage as well.
What do you guess? Entities or assassins? Okay. Yeah, it's an entity. Okay. Moon demons. Yeah, maybe. Well, it really sounds like almost like with the Mandela catalog kind of entities pretending to be humans and such.
Come on out, it's the police.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of knew that it was some weird entity, also a cult. That could be also the reason. I like the sound design. Yeah. Interesting. Wait, what did we watch? Tape 8, tape 9 is the next. Yeah.
Accessing GBS properties. 101 WRAV FM radio station. Date of broadcast December 13th, 1963. Segment announcement of the National Access Initiative. Beginning playback.
In one of his first acts after his historic succession, President Lyndon B. Johnson's administration has announced an upcoming program that will revolutionize communication and bring critical home electronics into every American household. The National Access Initiative, as it's been named, is a program
this is a cool
designed
another
to
call.
ensure
I'm
that
sorry, I
all
never heard of
citizens
it.
have
Well, me
equal
neither.
access to vital communication tools and ways
It's like almost a year ago.
to stay informed,
Some years ago, I
fostering
guess.
connectivity, security, and unity across the nation. Under this groundbreaking initiative, eligible American households will receive packages containing a myriad of electronics so that citizens may stay properly engaged with one another and remain knowledgeable regarding important events. The electronics such as telephones, televisions, and radios. These packages will also include items aimed at keeping families safe, with devices such as smoke alarms, burglar alarms, and even flashlights. These things will empower individuals to not only stay involved in their communities, but to remain prepared for any emergency as well. President Johnson himself was quoted as saying that in this era of progress and innovation, it is crucial for every American to have the tools necessary as they navigate the challenges of modern life in an era of ever-increasing technological dependence. These electronics packages are being made available to American households through a partnership with world-renowned technology manufacturer Semiodyne USA. The technology giant's expertise in creating cutting-edge, revolutionary technologies over the past decades has made them a household name, and their gracious contribution to this initiative ensures that the devices provided will be of the highest quality.
Yeah, as the title suggests, a Trojan technology GREYLOCK, it seems like getting these technology is going to spy on you.
Further enhancing
So,
the experience
yeah.
and benefits for American citizens. When asked for a quote during a press conference earlier this week, President of Semiodyne USA,
Yeah, pass.
Percival C. Rothwell, had a lot to say.
The National Access Initiative represents a milestone in our nation's journey towards progress and inclusivity. It's a reflection of the American government and Semiodyne USA's unwavering commitment to empowering every American citizen, regardless of age, location,
Image.
or income.
Maybe. Or a little bit Photoshop just to look the eyes darkened. But it looks AI generated, I must say.
We cannot see them or hear them, but they are present. 32% of American households still don't have a television in the house. This means they are less informed and are unable to respond to emergencies as quickly or efficiently. A much greater percentage of households have no smoke alarms to alert them in the event of a fire. Perhaps most shocking of all, 29% of Americans don't even have a telephone in their home, meaning they're unable to call for aid or even just contact friends or family members. They are left disconnected. For decades, people of all kinds have wondered what it is we're working on at any given time inside Semiodyne. And for decades, we've kept it all quite secretive. But I'll let you in on a little something.
I'm here. Kennedy didn't go for it. But you assured me he was amenable. Or was that just more of your bullshit? No? He's gonna fucking expose our whole plan for the NII program. The meeting couldn't have gone worse. If that fucking Nick thinks he's gonna expose Semiodyne, he's got another thing coming. But we're not the only ones he's pissed off lately. After rejecting Operation Northwoods, and then that executive order involving the Federal Reserve, there are a lot of snakes in the grass. And it's about time that Kennedy got bit.
At Semiodyne USA, we're building the future. And as the great-great-grandson of our company's founder and its current president, I'll tell you one irrefutable fact, the most important one. All roads lead to connectivity. Without connectivity, we have no future. The more isolated individuals are from one another, the weaker they are, the more easily defeated they are, and the less likely they are to see the value of their own lives.
Hey, hon, have you seen the car keys?
Humanity has stood many times at the precipice of extinction. And the only reason we are still here today is because we stood there together. Semiodyne USA is here with you every step of the way. We make a promise to continue to support you into the future as well. Whether it's from a lack of infrastructure or a lack of income, no one should be restricted access to potentially life-saving and life-enhancing technology. And this is only the beginning. We have so much more planned so that Americans can all truly be equal in our society. Security, connectivity, accessibility. It is our belief that it is these three factors that make America the best country in the world.
Excuse me? Huh. Jump scare. Okay, yeah.
Mr. Rothwell also stated that these monumental benefits won't only be made available to American households, but to police and fire departments, schools, and to small businesses as well. The Johnson administration has stated that while they are going to begin launching this landmark program right away, it will first be made available only in select areas as construction crews from coast to coast prepare to establish important infrastructure that will support the National Access Initiative program.
Oh, hello there, Mr. Demon. Hi.
Hello? Hello? Is somebody there? Where are my glasses? Katie. Where are you?
I'm over here, Katie.
Oh, it's Katie.
There you are. Who are you?
I'm your imaginary friend.
Ooh, a friend. Wow.
Imaginary friend? But I didn't imagine you.
You must have, because here I am. You probably
Tulpa. Maybe.
Your doctor's office place that I had to go to?
I think you might be right, Katie.
I can't find my glasses, so I can't really see you.
Oh, they're over here.
How'd you get there?
I noticed they were a little dirty, so I wanted.
So maybe they are talking red for being locked up. Possibly.
Yes, they look all shiny and new now.
The government might have been experimenting with GREYLOCK psionics and then they became evil. Doesn't explain the ancient findings they found. Unless it's kinda like, I don't know.
I still can't really see because my eyes are so bad.
You reach out and I'll put them into your hand. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
Just a little bit closer.
The Johnson administration went on to say that their current projections for a nationwide release are for some time between mid-1966 and early 1967. Citizens will be mailed informational packets regarding the National Access Initiative, including information on how to apply as the program becomes available in their area.
Yo, they have chat more than this. I did not expect that. Wow, quite direct you are.
Hello, you've reached Alex Marsh and Tiffany Crisaldi. We're not able to get to the phone, so please leave a message after the tone and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.
Cool. Tape 10. Message from the dead. Huh. Is that a rat? Seems like the
Hey, babe. I'm just checking in. Could you please give me a call as soon as you can? Don't worry about work either, please. You're way more important, okay? Okay. I love you. Bye. After we lost the baby, I stayed home for almost a month. We both took it hard, but I was just really worried about Tiffany. She seemed to only be getting worse with time. She spent a lot of time by herself. When it came time for me to return to work, we decided I would call home every day during my lunch break, just so we could talk and check in on each other. She always picked up the phone whenever I called. She knew it would worry me sick if she didn't pick up the phone. But this time, on that day, she didn't pick up. Tiffany, babe, still haven't heard from you. Hope everything's okay. You're probably just busy doing something, but we've been talking every day since I've been back to work, so, you know, just, I'm getting a bit worried, so please call me back, okay? Love you.
Damn, that. No, of course, some cult retro
I'm not
stuff.
sure what's going on, but I'm gonna head home. I'm sorry, I'm kind of freaking out. I'll be there soon. I love you.
Dr. Heinrich Albrecht, Medical Examiner, Westfield. May 19th, 1987, 3:23 p.m. Intake report for Tiffany Elaine Marie Crisaldi. Caucasian female, age 28, 39, 26, 30, 27, 25. Case number 87-09-1-HA. This autopsy will be conducted at the request of the Adams Police Department. Initial external evaluation reveals resinous black substance adhered to the face, neck, and upper thoracic region. Samples have been obtained. Additionally, the eyes are fully retracted. These observations are aside from any traditional indicators of struggle or violence as a cause of death. Rigor and lever mortis align with the estimated time of death. Of particular note, and the reason specialist report. It's an unusual finding on the abdomen, specifically below the sternum. A symbol of some sort has been carved into the flesh. Equally concerning is the absence of hemorrhaging in the surrounding tissues. Due in part to this, I've been able to ascertain that this symbol was carved into the skin post-mortem. In regards to timing, based on my analysis, I would say the cuts were likely made several hours after that.
No way.
Well, photographs and casts have been made for further analysis. I'll be consulting with forensic anthropologists and symbology experts to better understand the nature and potential significance of the symbol. In summary, while the exact cause of death is yet to be determined, it is the carving that requires the initiation of an immediate and in-depth investigation. This aspect of the case should be treated with utmost priority due to its unusual and unnerving nature.
Okay, Tiffany, we're recording now.
Okay.
So, Tiffany, you just had your 6th birthday, didn't you?
Yeah.
Did you have a party?
Yeah.
How was it?
Good.
That's good. You're awfully quiet today. Are you seeing them again?
Yes.
Can you see them right now?
Yes.
Where are they? Where are they, Tiffany?
They're everywhere.
I thought you was going to say behind you. Wow.
87-091-HA for my home archives. The date is May 19, 1987. Time is 8:03 p.m. I conducted an examination of Miss Tiffany Crisaldi today. Her body arrived shortly before I was to leave the office for the day, but I decided to at least begin external examinations.
Yep, kind of like that, I guess.
Misfortune loomed over the proceedings. Electrical flickers and inexplicable drops and spikes in room temperature.
Nosferatu?
Repairs may be required. I wanted to refrain from mentioning this part whatsoever, but I feel compelled to do so. After placing Miss Crisaldi in storage and moving on to cleaning up, my assistant Sarah mentioned that she'd heard what sounded like a woman crying, coming from the direction of the cooler. I shrugged off her remark and let her leave early, telling her she was likely stressed or overtired, and I continued cleaning up on my own. I didn't dare to tell her that I heard it as well.
Okay, are you ready, Tiffany?
I think so.
Are you nervous?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll need you to follow my instructions, okay, Tiffany? As long as you do that, everything will be fine. Can you do that for me?
Okay.
Good. I'm going to play some sounds that will help you through this exercise.
Why is he talking like that? Weirdo.
Good. Now close your eyes and keep them closed until I tell you to open them. I want you to picture yourself standing outside your house in your front yard. It's a beautiful day out with big fluffy clouds and the blue sky. No one else is around. Now look down at the grass around you and watch how each blade moves in the gentle breeze. Now look forward and see your house. And look around and see the trees around your yard. Watch how the breeze affects the leaves as it passes through. Make the wind blow a little harder, enough so the branches are swaying a little bit. You can hear all the rustling of the leaves around you. Wind calms down now, and you begin walking very slowly towards the front door of your house. Step, 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 step. And with each step you take, it looks like the day's getting later and later. Soon the golden rays of the sunset are shining against your house. The front door is closer now, but you still have some more steps to go. Step, 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 step. Now you're only 3 steps from the door. Step. The sun vanishes behind the trees, going down. Step. The stars begin twinkling in the sky above, and the moon shines its soft glow over everything around you. Step. You arrive at the front door. Reach out your hand, turn the doorknob, and open the door.
Get on the
Your
floor
house
and do
looks
the
like it only does
dinosaur.
at nighttime, except you're the only one here now. You take off your shoes. First the right shoe. Then the left shoe. You can feel the floor against your feet. You can smell the familiar aroma of your house. Everything is in its proper place. You are alone. You're going to walk quietly to your bedroom now. You come to the stairs and begin to walk up. You hold on to the banister as you go, letting your hand slide up. Step. 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 You reach the second floor hallway. Everything is in its proper place. You are alone. Nobody else is here with you. You look to the right and you can see your bedroom door closed at the end of the hall. And you start walking nice and calmly towards it. You see the door coming closer with each step. You can see the pink flower stickers that you put on it 2 years ago, and the small wooden sign that reads Tiffany, with the little blue bird in the corner. Step, 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 step. You're at your bedroom door now. You reach out your hand and grasp the doorknob and turn it. The door opens, and you can see that your room looks just like it did the last you saw it. You see the colorful quilt on your bed. You see your small white dresser with all the stickers and scuff marks, just like always. Your stuffed animals are all resting by your purple toy box. You feel comfortable. You feel safe. You are alone. You walk into your room, and that's when you can see something different that's never been there before. Tell me what you see.
It's a door next to my window.
That's right, it's a door. What does the door look like, Tiffany?
It looks black. It has weird marks on it. The wood looks weird.
Walk to the door and open it.
I'm scared.
It doesn't matter if you're scared. You must open the door. Good job, Tiffany. Now tell me what's on the other side of the door.
It's a small room. Somebody's in there.
No, Tiffany, you're alone.
No. There's someone here. He's facing away from me. He's standing and tall. He's very tall.
Tiffany, you are alone. Nobody else is there. Now tell me what else is in the room.
There's a TV. The screen is all fuzzy, and the tall man is watching it.
Tiffany, I want you to focus on removing the man from your mind. When I snap my fingers, he will be gone. You will be alone.
The man's shaking. His body is cracking.
Okay, Tiffany, I'm going to count down from 5. When I snap my fingers, you will return to the real world. 5. You're feeling more awake
He's
now.
turning around.
4. Everything around you is becoming
He's
hazy.
looking at me. He sees me.
3. Tiffany, you can feel the chair you're sitting in again. 2. Everything around you fades to the blackness behind your eyes. 1. Full control of your body. 0. You're awake, Tiffany. You will return to reality now.
What? Wait. Can I show this? It seems fine. Wait, can I? Just in case, let me see. It seems fine. It's just opening the abdomen of this rat, I guess, and then from there he's getting a really small tape, like really small, like this.
Mr. Melvin, I have some very important information for you pertaining to the events you have been investigating. You must have questions regarding who I am, how I located you, and what reason I am contacting you. I won't be answering any of those questions. The law will be clear in due time. For now, I am simply offering you information. You can take it or leave it. It's impressive you remained alive for this long. But then again, you've gone to great lengths in the past in order to survive, haven't you? I'm going to tell you a story, Jim.
Hey, I'm not Jim.
You've been dying to hear.
Well, that's a strong one. Last jump scare. Oh no, white woman jump scare. Wow. Like you said, oops. This one. Oh yeah, but my posture is so bad right now because yeah, I'm just chilling around. Ba ba ra ba ba ra ba 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 ram. I always forget to maximize the volume. Opening the door again. Oh no, the room has changed. Is this like the one thing with the toll entities, I guess, that are being present in this room? Nice bitrate killer again. So, last video, and this one is also the longest one. So yeah, be prepared. Waking your subconsciousness.
Greetings, and welcome to the second video program in the Preconditional Protocols and Orientation video system for Unit 13. TF2, Waking Your Subconscious.
TF2? Like
This
Team
video
Fortress
cassette
2?
has been specially designed to utilize powerful psychological exercises, along with cutting-edge technology, and your own brain's neuroplasticity, to allow Unit 13 to access the deepest energy potential of your incredible mind.
We
This
did
will
this
be
joke
required to
already.
increase the likelihood of prime form cognigenesis. Before we begin, let's go over the required checklist to be sure you have everything in order, so that we won't end up with any negative or unexpected outcomes from this program. First on the checklist, ensure that you are alone and will not be disturbed for the entire duration of this program.
I mean, I'm kind of alone in my room right now.
As working with the brain in such a way
At
is a
what,
very
1
delicate
AM
process.
15?
Second,
So yeah.
turn off all light sources except for your television or monitor that you are using for this program.
Well,
This
that's
aids
already
tremendously in your brain's ability to
kinda dark in
focus,
here.
but it also can make you feel vulnerable or frightened, which are beneficial to this program achieving the desired results. Ideally, you would wait until nightfall to complete this part of the program.
Like I said, it's
Third,
1 AM
ensure
right
that
now.
your volume
1
is turned
AM
up to a
16.
level where no outside or ambient noise is able to leak through your headset. This too helps with focus, but it also aids in those feelings of fear and vulnerability, which are where our deepest and most complex selves are rooted. Fourth, have your workbook open to the
Sleepy.
TF2
Are
section
you
and have
going
your
to
writing
need to
utensil
sleep?
nearby, as some exercises will require you to write. However, if for any reason you do not have your workbook, simply grab a regular notebook or some sheets of paper and write your name and TF2 at the top of each sheet you use. You will need to hand those into your program liaison, and they will take care of transferring
Why
the
do
data
you
from there.
expect every time just
Once
because
all
it's
of
late
these
I want to go
conditions
to
have been
sleep
met, you're ready
or I'm
to continue
sleepy?
to the next part. Now is the time to make sure that your neurovisor headset is correctly equipped and connected. If you need any assistance or are looking for more information regarding the neurovisor, be sure to check the section titled Equipment and Connection in your Unit 13 Program Handbook. This will be your final opportunity
Because
to
that's
pause
how human
playback for the
bodies
rest
work.
of this
Oh
tape.
wow.
Pausing after this point will cause a disruption, which could carbonite your fucking skull, interrupt the data being collected by your headset. Your screen is about to gradually turn red. Once it is completely red, the program has officially begun, and the point of no return has been crossed. You have 10 seconds. Photosensitivity warning. Our first section, induction, contains bright flickering. If you have a photosensitivity disorder, it is best that you do not look at your screen.
Yeah, do
Close
that
or
guys
shield
if you
your
have this
eyes
kind
and
of
just listen.
problems.
Once
So
the
yeah.
tone in your headset changes, it will be safe to look at your screen again. Induction will begin in 5 seconds. Beginning induction. Please stare at your screen for 30 seconds.
Okay, I didn't think it was going to be this bad. I'm going to skip this, sorry. What the fuck?
This exercise will present you with 5 separate sets of words. Each set will contain 6 words. For each set, you will have 10 seconds to choose the one word out of the 6 that you feel doesn't fit with the others, and write it down in your workbook or on an appropriately labeled piece of paper. If you do not have your workbook, simply write the numbers 1 through 5 vertically on your paper and place your answers beside each corresponding number.
You know what, let me do that as well. Just because I have my notepad open, not on paper, but it's fine.
Now, let's begin.
Huh, interesting.
Priming complete.
Oh. I don't even know if I need
This
to do
next
that, but
section is a
whatever.
specialized variation of the Stroop test, which will measure multiple facets of your reaction to congruent and incongruent stimuli, while also examining how you deal with high stress, high anxiety situations. You will be shown a series of faces with emotional expressions, and the word for each emotion written on each face. The word could match the expression, like the word happy on a smiling face, or they might not match, like the word angry appearing on a sad face. You are about to begin the first testing phase of this section. This will be the easiest phase, with each subsequent phase becoming more and more difficult. Look directly at your screen and state your responses out loud. Phase 1 testing begins in 5 seconds.
Neutral, happy, sad, angry, scared, neutral, sad, happy, neutral, scared, happy, scared. Oh my god, this is difficult. Angry, happy, neutral, sad, what? Neutral? Neutral, happy, sad, angry, happy, neutral, angry, neutral, sad, happy. So scary. Oh, that was ugly. Oh no, alien invasion. Please no.
Hello?
Yes, hello, this is Troy with Evervigil Security. Am I speaking with Charlotte Melgren?
Yes. What happened this time?
Miss Melgren, we've detected some unusual activity at Forever Friends Kennels. Our system alerted us that kennel door 1 was open and then closed unexpectedly, followed by a power outage. Is it correct that your primary residence is the first unit at Forever Friends?
Yeah, but... Okay, so I'm not the one who got the security system. It was my dad. So I don't know if there's some way to fix this or whatever, but you guys have called me in the middle of the night like 5 times in the past couple of weeks, and it's all turned out to be false alarms. Every time.
I'm so sorry about that, ma'am. I can take a look into why that might be happening if you'd like, but first I need to be sure that you're in a safe situation. Are you currently alone?
Yeah, it's just me. But I'm looking out the window right now, and everything seems fine. I mean, the power's out, but it literally goes out all the time over there, so I'm just gonna go flip the breaker.
Ms. Melgren, we strongly advise against going outside or into the kennels, especially with the power outage. We can call to have a police officer dispatched, and they can make sure it's safe before you...
Wait, hold on. Is there any way we don't have to do that? I have to be up at 6, and the last time it took them over an hour to get here. For nothing. Please.
Ma'am.
Like I said, this has happened a ton of times, and plus the dogs aren't even barking. If someone was in there, they'd be going crazy by now.
Ma'am, I could get in a lot of trouble if anything happened and I didn't call anyone. It's company policy.
How about this? I'll keep you on the phone while I go, okay? I'll switch to my cordless and everything. If anything happens at all, you can call the police.
Miss Milgren.
I will even grab my flashlight. Please. I have a lot going on tomorrow, and I really just want to get back to sleep.
Just let me at least check tonight's footage to make sure everything looks okay first, all right?
Yeah, of course. Go for it.
Okay. Let me see here. Okay, I'm getting an error. It's not letting me review it.
Well, I can just head over really quick. Like, real quick.
Well, there's no motion alert in tonight's log, so... Okay, just please be quick and safe.
Thank you. Seriously, I'm gonna go throw some clothes on and, grab the cordless, okay?
Yeah, all right.
She's totally going to die.
And see if I can figure out what's going on with that.
Okay, be right back. Okay, on the cordless. Got my flashlight. Still there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, heading outside now and then going right across to the kennels, so just hang on another sec.
Did you see that, guys? In the camera up
Still there?
here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, heading outside now and then going right across to the kennels, so just hang on another sec.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'm inside. And yep, the power is definitely out. Okay, I'm just gonna go check on the dogs real quick on my way to the basement. But everything seems fine.
I'm really not sure this is a good idea, Miss Milgren. Listen, something's wrong with the recordings I'm seeing of your home.
What do you mean wrong?
Honestly, I'm not sure exactly what I'm looking at here. It seems like the camera's glitched out or something, but the previous calls you've been getting, they weren't false alarms. Yeah, again, I'm not sure what's going on here, but something's been stalking around your property for a while now. I'm not sure how the previous people who called you didn't notice.
Okay, something like what, an animal or?
No, well, I don't know actually. I just think you should go back to your house, okay? Please.
Okay, yeah, you win. Let me just make sure that the dogs are okay, and I'll head back over. They're just right here.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna try to look over tonight's footage again, just in case it's decided to work.
Okay. Hi, babies. Hi, Mama.
What's wrong?
I don't know. You okay, buddy?
Charlotte? What's going on?
The dogs aren't moving. They're all just standing here.
Well, it's late, so maybe they're just tired or something. But let's just get you back.
That's not it. They're just standing here, not moving. Like, at all. Like, not even their eyes. It's like... Oh my God. It's like they're fucking dead, but they're not.
What the fuck?
What?
Miss Melgren, you need to get out of there and return to your house immediately. I'm sending your information to the police right now.
What's going on?
Get the hell out of the kennel now!
Fuck, I'm leaving.
What was that? Are you okay? Charlotte? Charlotte, are you okay?
It ripped my flashlight.
Charlotte?
It ripped my flashlight. It's gone. It's gone. Something ripped it out of my hand. I can't see anything. Please fucking help me. Please, something's in here. Wait.
Okay, Charlotte, I've sent your information to the North Adams PD, okay? They responded that an officer will be there in 3 minutes. Do you think you can find your way out? Charlotte, listen, you need to try your best to be calm and just listen to me, okay? Can you find your way out?
I'm trying. Where's the fucking door? This doesn't need to be safe. The door's fucking gone.
Charlotte, you're gonna be okay. Just listen to me right now. Feel along the wall until you get to a door or a window, okay? Okay. Do it right now, nice and quick, all right?
Please, Jesus.
Fuck.
Please. Oh, God, please. This doesn't make any sense. It's like I'm in a totally different fucking building. It just keeps going. There's no windows.
Yeah, as I predicted, she's so dead.
Stay focused. There must be something.
I'm trying.
You need to keep feeling our way out, Charlotte. Don't let anything distract you. Great job, Charlotte.
Okay, I'm out and the door's locked.
Okay, very good, Charlotte. You're doing great. I need you to tell me what room you're in so I can inform the officer. Are you able to see now, even just a little?
Yeah, I can't see anything, no. It makes no sense. Nothing is making sense. I have no clue where I am. It's so dark. I can't tell if it's really this dark or if I'm blind.
Breathe, Charlotte. Breathe. You need to try and stay as calm as you possibly can. Listen, if it's that dark, whatever's in there probably can't see you either, okay? So it's important that we stay very quiet until the police arrive. Very quiet.
Okay.
Okay, good. Stay right where you are. Keep your back against the wall. All right, the officer's just down the road right now. You're going to be okay. Now listen, I'm going to stop talking so we can be completely quiet. But no, I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere until you're safe.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I should have listened to you.
It's all okay. We're going to get you out of there. Now, no more talking.
Sounds like one of the Taco Bell days on the toilet. Don't clap on me, that was a bad joke.
I think my skin is moving.
What's going on? Charlotte! Charlotte! What's going on? Charlotte! Charlotte! Charlotte!
An important test. This test is made up of 5 statements. You will check true or false beside the corresponding number for each statement in your workbook. If you do not have your workbook, simply write 1 through 5 vertically on a piece of paper and write T or F beside each number. You will have 5 seconds to respond to each statement. Your test begins now. Statement number 1. This video system is physically changing your brain.
No, false. Oh.
This video system leverages the principles of neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections. Through these specific audio-visual stimuli and cognitive exercises, it's influencing specific neural pathways in your brain, thereby physically altering the structure and function of your brain in response to this experience.
You know, your stream
Only
is
a very
quite
small
delayed.
percentage of people will never betray their moral
Seems
values, no matter the situation.
Oh yeah, I didn't even answer.
Under the right circumstances, such as intense peer pressure, survival situations, or psychological manipulation, it's proven that anyone can be made to betray even the strongest attachments to moral values. Statement number 3. Through your conscious mind, you make your own decisions.
Well, then it's still really unnecessary to write in I see I told you, because that's quite still delayed though.
A large portion of human decision-making occurs at an unconscious level.
Also, no need to write in capitalized words.
These decisions after the fact, making the person believe they made a deliberate choice. Choice is an illusion. Statement number 4. We all have immoral thoughts and desires, but it's critical to focus our energy on the positive aspects of ourselves, so that we can be better
goodness.
people.
Ooh, please, come on, man.
The darkest aspects of your mind are part of a larger psychological entity that resides deep within your unconscious. This shadow entity cannot be reasoned with. It cannot be ignored. You cannot subdue it, lock it away, or eliminate it. Even attempting any such thing has the opposite effect, only making it stronger, darker, and more dangerous. Statement number 5. Opening the door to your shadow psyche and embracing your darkest urges as a part of yourself is the only way to live a fulfilling life.
I even didn't pay attention to anything at all from the statements. Damn.
What you are about to experience has been carefully constructed in combination with previous exercises to create a connection point between your conscious and unconscious mind. This is our final section of this tape. Please watch and listen very closely. Do not look away or shield your eyes for any reason. Please remember, your fear and vulnerability are essential components to this process. Activation of the subliminal bridge will begin in 5 seconds.
Don't do any flashing lights again, or I'm going to skip this part. Where did I see this face from somewhere else? I don't know. I don't know why it seems familiar. It's getting weirder and weirder. What the heck is happening? Occupied, yeah. Damn, this is going to brainwash me for whatever reason they are going to sell me data on, I guess. It's almost done. Bruh. Yeah, I'm scared. Oh, okay, never mind. Well, this is such a weird one.
Activation complete.
Oh. Am I going to ascend now?
Kennels are empty too. Thought they said she had dogs here. Okay, well, proceeding to the basement.
Low jump scare incoming. I'm prepared.
North Adams Police. Anybody down here? Jesus, it's dark in here.
Why are they always alone?
The fuck was that?
Well, that's something I didn't expect. TF3, oh my god, Team Fortress 3 announced, wow.
Please allow your brain to rest for at least 12 hours before continuing this video system. Once you have rested and you are ready, enter the cassette labeled TF3, The Shadow, Communion and Assimilation. This is the end of this tape.
Well, that's also the end of this one. Interesting. Kind of fucked up, I must say. Kind of fucked up. So, oops, you said you have another video I should watch. Otherwise, I'm just going to scroll up. The boiling one phenomenon. Huh. There's no original video. Oh my god, of course he is going to make VR chat avatar of this one. And never mind, there's no original video on YouTube though. I guess we have to watch someone doing a commentary about this interesting video. I guess let's do this one. This video is from Game Assault. I don't know if it's a good one or not. I'm just randomly click on his video, hoping maybe he explains everything that's needed to understand this kind of video what you are suggesting.
Cause a manifestation of my being in the future. You will be asleep in bed. I will be there and watch over you. When you wake, I will not be able to move any part of you.
An eerie figure with a red face appears as a hijacking broadcast, making hundreds of people develop the locked-in syndrome, suddenly unable to move or communicate, only able to close their eyes. This phenomenon leaves the authorities baffled, but knowing it has something to do with the figure on the TV that hijacked the broadcast, they try to wipe any trace of it in order to prevent any further devastation. This all starts with a rerun episode of a show which ended in 2001, airing on August 13th, 2003, with this mysterious figure hijacking the broadcast. This leads to a town in Pennsylvania known as Ephrata, create a media revolving around this phenomenon, which becomes known as the Boiled One phenomenon. Being highly confidential, the media is showcased warning the potential viewer to obtain earplugs, a pencil, a sheet of paper, and a standard Christian Bible open to Psalms 91:10. It continues to explain if any tangible words are heard, the viewers must put in their earplugs and turn to their paper and pen and write the following.
I can see this paper. I can see my hand. I can't hear the screaming of thousands. I can't hear the feast. I am a moving, breathing human being on planet Earth.
This clearly depicts the power of the broadcast and the strange sinister entity shown to how it psychologically manipulates people to believe such things to lose control over their minds and bodies. These sentences are a way to reinforce and prevent the viewers from losing the grasp of reality and who they are and where they are. But as soon as revealed, no matter what, the tangible words are not heard by the physical ears, but they are heard inside the mind. The words on the screen are even interrupted in a split second or in a frame, showcasing the following words.
I can't see this paper. I have no hand. I can't hear the laughter of thousands. I can hear the feast. I cannot move, nor do I want to.
This shows how vulnerable any victim in presence of this entity truly is and if exposed to the hijacked broadcast. The following slide in the media depicts a drawing of a human with an upside-down cross in the mind, illustrating how unholy thoughts might invade one's mind. The media encourages the viewers to pray and recite Psalms 91:10, which reads, "No evil shall befall you, and no plague shall come near your dwelling." It's something recited in despair of not being able to overcome the traumatizing sounds heard in one's mind. The laughing and screaming of thousands, sounds of
trumpets, the feast, and more. In case of carrying out this procedure, the targeted individual must call the authorities immediately in hopes of being administered amnestics to forget and possibly lead a normal life, but that is all one could hope for in the best case scenario. It all starts with a documentary-style local show in Pennsylvania which revolved around the explanation of woodland wildlife. The show debuted in 90s and stopped airing in 2001 after the lead narrator passes away. However, in 2003, the 13th episode of the show would rerun seemingly out of nowhere. That's when an anomalous broadcast with a horrifying figure with a red melted face appears, speaking in a warm yet deeply eerie manner, which would cause some sort of a widespread phenomenon. The authorities refer to this figure from then on as Fen 228. The actual broadcast showed clips of real hospitals and bedrooms, even live feed from cameras, overlaying Fen 228's image. Despite Fen 228 speaking in English, many non-English speaking viewers reported understanding every word of it, as if this entity spoke in every language to the targeted viewer, as if it spoke directly to the viewer's mind. The curated media then goes on to explain it will display a shortened and heavily manipulated version of Fen 228 speaking, which, in reverse, says this.
Cause a manifestation of my being in the future. You will be asleep in bed. I will be there and watch over you. When you wake,
What a nice friend.
I won't move any part of you. When the doctors eventually find you, they will not see me. But you will, and I'll see you too. Forever, I'll see you.
This horrifying entity shares extreme resemblance to entities some might have seen during sleep paralysis episodes. It is a phenomenon where victims wake up finding themselves in their dark bedroom, unable to move or make any sounds, being fully awake and conscious, yet feeling as if they are dreaming. Many experience this without seeing any entity, but some have reported seeing a dark figure, typically demonic or otherworldly, standing in the corner of the room, observing them. This is something I have personally experienced and battled in my teenagehood, but luckily for me, I didn't see any figures or entities. But in the very beginning, it was by far one of the most terrible.
I haven't had any sleep paralysis for such a long time, to be honest. Can't even remember when the last time was, but I think it was this year somewhere, last time.
Terrifying experiences I ever had. This broadcast goes on to become known as Broadcast 813 as it was aired on August 13, 2003. Unfortunately, 530 residents in the southern Pennsylvania area happened to view this broadcast. Aside from clear discomfort, paranoia, and anxiety Fen 228's presence brought onto the viewers, it bared other side effects which were long-lasting. Right after the broadcast, many people claimed that they could still see Fen 228's face in their mind, never leaving them, as if he is right there with them, only visible to them or even inside them, feeding on their spine, and that they hear its voice echoing in their minds, with some even reporting that they hear trumpets. This would continue on until they would fall asleep. This would only be the very beginning of their true suffering, which would last forever. On the following day, 14th of August, the North American Electric Organization is ordered by the Vahtos branch to disable all power grids local to the state of Pennsylvania for damage control and prevent further escalation. The outage not only disabled supply to Pennsylvania but also surrounding states and even parts of Canada, causing the Great Northeast Blackout of 2003, leaving 50 million people without power for several days. The Vahtos branch tried to wipe any trace of the broadcast by even deleting any news or articles about the incident. They tried to blame the outage due to natural disaster and fallen trees, but unfortunately, it was already too late. 12 days after the broadcast, on 25th, the broadcast 813 would lead to 509 people developing pseudocoma, or in other words, locked-in syndrome, making them unable to move or speak, becoming fully paralyzed, apart from the ability to move their eyes, and blinking while being fully conscious. This corresponds to the claims one victim made that he saw the face of Fen 228 eating on his spine, which would lead to his paralysis.
When did you had sleep paralysis last time? Oops, if you can vividly remember.
Despite the
Or if you have
509
had any
victims of this
effect.
outbreak not being able to speak, over 60 were interviewed after the government tries to investigate it. Most had
Really, never, huh? That's kind of surprising because well, the only really sleep paralysis stuff I can clearly remember was in my childhood when I was like 8 or 10 years old, and I can really remember that one. It was bright daylight. I only see this one door being opened, and every time there was something coming from the left or right side, always coming out, wave and go back hiding. I don't even know if it's some kind of weird demon stuff or whatever, but it was weird. And they look like I don't know, some weird not demons, some weird, no, I don't even know how to explain. Like this one, wait, let me Google this one really quickly. Oh yeah. Like these ones being waving towards me. I don't know why, but that was what I always remember. So yeah, kind of weird.
favorable results, but one by the alias Job Zamperini, given by the government to protect his identity. Efrata Brand shows particular interest in interviewing Job as he was a war veteran being fluent in Morse code, making him an ideal candidate for the interview. After becoming the locked-in syndrome victim, his grandson takes a photo in his backyard, which reveals Fen 228 is hunting his house being
yeah, and this is the only thing that I clearly remember until today. Well, till today, from what, like 20 years ago, or even more. From I have seen this kind of thing. I don't know why it happened. Why it's the only memory of my sleep paralysis demon, but yeah, you would love Neo 2. You look at a lot of Yokai in that game. I know I have seen Neo 1 and I think partially Neo 2 as well from another streamer. So I kind of know many of the Yokai stuff.
Job goes on to explain Fen 228 would hurt him and possibly others close to him, ones who he cares about, if he would describe the entity and say what it tells him to others. In the recorded interview with Job, he explains in Morse code using the blinking technique that the face, Fen 228, never left him after seeing it on TV. He goes on to explain the entity stands by the window and is horribly disfigured and burnt. He goes on to explain he constantly hears screaming of thousands and trumpets before falling asleep, as if being the doomsday. That's when the officer leaves, leaving Job Zamperini all alone, when Fen 228 appears from the window, talking directly to him.
Oh, look
he goes
at
on
him,
a mysterious dialogue
looking
about
happy.
trumpets playing in a happy way and the sky opening and the laughter of many.
Why?
Of course, he refers to the screams and the happy trumpets being the horrifying sounds of the Day of Judgment. That's when an image of the sky opening is shown when the video is cut short, as further viewing could be dangerous. An image in the very beginning of the video displays a long uneven line, which is in fact the full body of Fen 228, which shows the sheer greatness of it, of how tall it is. Also, crooked arms and gooey moving parts of its body show the gruesome nature of it, as if in a way displaying the collected spines, giving its length, and the suffering victims trying to to push out of it. Many comments on the original video on the Dr. Nowhere's channel have left many good theories, with some explaining the Japanese text on the video is a reference to Motsuhiro Watanabe, who was a war criminal torturing the prisoners of war, and one of his victims was Louis Zamperini, the alias given to the victim in the video. Therefore, it's a possibility that Fen228 is a representation of war and death, or the bringer of the end of days, the doomsday. He goes on talking about the trumpet sounding and the laughter or screams of the thousands, which could be them dying and suffering. The creator himself wanted to originally base the story in Louis' hometown in Torrance, but changed it up, so the story most likely revolves around PTSD, war, torture, and death. The entity is known as the Boiled One, and he refers to screams as laughters, never leaving one's side, eating people's spines. Not having a spine or being spineless is used as a way to describe someone being scared or a coward, and paralysis or paralyzed often goes with fear. That one is paralyzed by fear. Therefore, Fen228 could be the representation of fear or trauma, making one lose their spine, their courage, and become paralyzed with fear and an imminent feeling of death or an impending doom. The religious aspect of the story also could refer to the sheer vulnerability of victims who are left with no power or control but to pray for their fates to be decided or be improved. So essentially, Fen228 is the psychological trauma in humans paralyzing one from sheer terror and fear. What are your theories and thoughts about this ambiguous analog horror? Let me know down in the comments below.
He is just
Thank you folks for
interesting
being here.
lad.
As always, it's been your host Dar, and I will see you.
Just an interesting lad existing in your conscious mind. Let's do some science stuff because I need to clean up the weird horror stuff.
Nihilophobia.
Yeah. Okay, time for some science stuff. Big brain time, guys.
Nihilophobia, the fear of nothingness, of emptiness, of a void and meaningless universe. Now what sort of weird phobia did this blue AI invent this time? You might be asking. And my answer to that is that it's 3 a.m. right now and I'm in an existential mood and I'm taking you along for a ride. Thanks to Brilliant for sponsoring this video.
Well, thank you.
Humans are biased to believe that most space is not empty. And they're right. Take a cubic meter of air next to you, and under a magic microscope you could count up to 10 trillion molecules. The reason it looks empty is because the human eye evolved to have photoreceptors that absorb wavelengths of light that can freely travel through air without getting absorbed in the process. If for some reason humans only had X-ray vision, they wouldn't see much of anything because the atmosphere would be highly opaque. But let's travel to outer space and take a sample of a metric cube from there. Surely it shouldn't have more than a random atom or two in there. Oh. Even the interplanetary medium isn't that empty, with most of these particles coming from solar wind. So then let's get really far away from the sun, in some empty pocket of our galaxy. If we check a metric cube of nothingness here, we find roughly 100,000 particles. Much less than previously, but still not empty enough. For that, we have to leave the galaxy and travel really far away. Welcome, the intergalactic medium. If you're lucky, here you could maybe find 1 or 2 particles in a cubic meter of space. That shouldn't be too surprising, as the universe had 13 billion years to coalesce itself into galaxies and suck all the particles out of the intergalactic regions through gravity. That's quite empty, but is there anything emptier? You alone on a Friday night does not count. Turns out there is. Welcome, the cosmic voids. They form when galaxies drift away from each other and leave a huge gaping hole of nothingness in between. One of the biggest discovered is the Boötes void. Colloquially referred to as the Great Nothing, or my productivity after installing Factorio. And that's a wrong picture. What you see here is the Barnard 68 Nebula, which is always mistakenly used to depict voids on the internet. I get that it's dark and ominous, but given that a void is empty, you should be able to see right through it, unlike through dark nebulas. But back to the Boötes void. It is stupidly large, 330 million light-years across. And in all that space, there are only 60 galaxies. Normally we should expect thousands, not 60. Given the Drake equation, there are still probably thousands of alien civilizations living inside the void. Imagine how lonely they must feel, having spawned in the least populated server in the observable universe. But little known fact, we also live in a void, not only an existential one. Our Milky Way is part of the KBC void, also known as the local hole. This incredibly creative name is due to the local group being part of it, which is made up of the galaxies closest to us. It also happens to be the largest supervoid that we know of, at 2 billion light-years across. But don't confuse the local hole void with the local void, which is another smaller void lying adjacent to the local group.
Oh yeah,
I'm having enough of these voids. Let's get to the next topic. Is there such a thing as true physical nothingness? Can you take a cubic meter of spacetime and vacuum away all the particles from the inside? Yes, you can, but the question is, will you get true nothingness? No. Quantum physics time. Every point in space is filled with fluctuating quantum fields, such as the photon field, the electron field, and so on. Even in a vacuum with no particles, there is still residual energy inside these fields, known as zero-point energy. This means that the perfect vacuum has a non-zero energy level, and that this residual energy gives rise to quantum fluctuations out of apparent nothingness. These quantum fluctuations can result in virtual particle-antiparticle pairs spawning in and disappearing just as quickly. For all intents and purposes,
this will be on the
these
test, by the
virtual
way.
particles essentially do not exist, except in a couple of instances. One of these instances is the death of freaking black holes. The short explanation is that if such a pair spawns right at the frontier of a black hole, it can be broken apart by the insane gravity, with one half falling in and the other escaping. This forces the virtual particles to become real, and thus consumes a bit of the hole's energy in the process. Over a metric crapton of time, this will shrink the black hole until it's gone. So as weird as it might sound, empty space is the deadly enemy of the most terrifying monsters in our universe. But this is not the most important use case of quantum fluctuations. Keep them in mind, as we'll return to them at the end. An important concept in Nietzsche's philosophy was eternal recurrence. He believed that our lives would repeat infinitely, detail for detail, failure for failure, and happy moment for happy moment. His conviction in this idea was based on the cosmological scientific consensus at that time. Many believed that the universe was static and eternal, and in such a thermodynamic system, given eternal time, all the particle compositions and interactions will happen an infinite amount of times, including this current reality. Nowadays, our cosmological consensus has drastically changed. We know that the universe had a beginning and is continuously expanding. Thus Nietzsche's eternal recurrence concept falls flat. Or does it? As much as our understanding of the cosmos has advanced, so has it created many more questions. Our best predictive models show that the universe will die of old age over a gargantuan amount of time by slowly cooling down and expanding. As of now, our universe has not even lived 1% of its lifetime. In fact, it has lived much, much, much less than that. But that's not quite a fair representation, because for the vast majority of its lifetime, our universe will be in its black hole era and dark era. Stars will only exist for a blink in this grand time frame. Once star formation ceases in around 100 trillion years, most of what will be left are dwarf stars and black holes. The dwarves will either fall into the black holes or slowly decay, as will the holes themselves through Hawking radiation, but over unimaginably long time scales. That's when the universe enters the dark era, with only photons and leptons traveling around. Eventually, those two will lose their energy, and the universe will reach its lowest energy state, the heat death, a state in which entropy is at its highest. At this point, nothing can happen. No particles can interact, no energy can be exchanged, no time can pass. Literally, the concept of time would lose all meaning, as time requires events to happen that it can be measured against. With no meaningful concept of time or space, we have reached true nothingness, the eternal void, where nothing will ever happen again, and no one will be there to remember the story of the little apes on the pale blue dot. Wait, what's that? Quantum fluctuations are here to save the day and spare us from eternal nothingness. This quantum volatility still permeates the fabric of spacetime, even though it almost never manifests itself, and when it does, it's only by spawning a pair of virtual particles that disappear as fast as they appeared. But here is the important bit: we have infinite time. And with infinite time, anything that can happen will happen an endless amount of times. And you know what has a non-zero probability of occurring? Quantum fluctuations manifesting themselves in such a specific structure that they recreate a human brain with electrical activity and the exact neural pathways that you have right now, statistically likely to happen in 10 to the power of 10 to the power of 50 years. That brain might instantly decay, but it might also have time to generate consciousness for just a split moment and experience existence. Your conscious experience right now could be a virtual brain in an eternal void hallucinating all the memories you hold. And frankly, if our ideas are correct and this is the case, it is infinitely more likely that you are in fact such a Boltzmann brain generated out of quantum randomness than that you are one of the 117 billion humans that have ever lived. So maybe Nietzsche was not that wrong with his idea of eternal recurrence. But how about we wait around even longer? So much longer that the Boltzmann timeframe can be rounded down to 0. 10 to the power of 10 to the power of 10 to the power of 56 years long. Your mortal brains cannot comprehend this number, and that is okay. Just think of it as infinity. Statistically, after this much time, quantum tunneling could generate new inflationary events, resulting in new Big Bangs, some similar to ours, most completely different, and certainly some that are the exact same as ours. Perhaps then, our image of existence is currently skewed. We think of our Big Bang as the beginning of everything, when it could be just one instance in an infinite queue. Then the true nature of spacetime is eternal darkness and emptiness, with only some insignificant specks of existence sprinkled in between. We might be an anomaly, a spark of ephemeral light in otherwise eternal darkness. I warned you it would turn existential. What is this? A new Big Bang about to happen already. Oh, it's the Boltzmann logo of our
Okay, the rest is just some sponsor shit. Okay. Well, that was something 180 of the videos. Yeah, I guess we are done so here now, because I don't have anything else. Besides, yeah, why the heck not? Let's watch this one animation and then I'm going to stop the stream. Or should I? I don't know. Why the heck not? No, I'm not going to do that. Just make me appreciate you and everything else even more. True, I guess. So yeah. Cool. Okay, it has been, wow, a long stream today. What a rarity, well, isn't it? So yeah, let's end here though, because I'm going to get sleepy and it's late. And I need to wash out my brain, because holy shit, the horror stuff was kinda fucked up, I must say. Especially this one scene with a brutally mutilated woman at the end of this one video. That was fucked up, I would say. But otherwise, it was quite a nice day, I would say. Or night, I mean. It's night for me. For you guys, maybe night even also too. So let me change some stuff really quickly and boop, do this text. So yeah, next stream, no other desktop game, but this time no horror though. The next one will be maybe some funny video game I'm going to play. So yeah, see ya next time, guys, whenever it is, don't know when. So yeah, just look at the notification on Twitch. So yeah, bye, good night.
S'il te plaît, sors-moi de cette obscurité.